Is the company profitable yet?
We're a private company and we don't disclose numbers to the public.
Are you happy with the performance though? Because last year was a pretty blockbuster year.
Yeah. No, we're really happy. I think, as you've seen, we have new investors who came in this year with SoftBank Vision Fund. And yeah, I think it is a convincing case and we're happy that we can work on it every day.
Well, SoftBank, in fact, with their earnings today, they've clearly been going through a difficult time with the events in Saudi Arabia. I'm wondering how that investment has changed the nature of your business and the decisions about investment that you make.
You mean SoftBank's investment will change our business? It hasn't changed our business at all. I mean, SoftBank has invested in a case that we have developed and presented. And so it's the case that is leading, if you want to, the investment case, and not the other way around.
Sure. You've been on a steady path to expansion, 8 countries last year. What's next on the horizon?
So what's next? I think everything that adds value. The last thing that we've announced was our captive finance, the Auto1 Fintech.
Yep.
And that is where we really bring value to our partner dealers. We have 55,000 partner dealers now. And we want to see that we can make them better or they don't have any external constraints that we could solve for them. And that's in one direction. And then the other direction is, of course, what happens on the consumer end? What can we do on the consumer end? And we have a lot of ideas on that front. And of course, we're looking at interesting markets as well.
So the move into fintech is working out quite well for you.
Yeah.
Is that a space where you'd imagine that you're going to be more active in?
No, absolutely. I mean, we transact in billions and billions of euros. And when you have that touch point and you see the inefficiencies in the market with the incumbents in the industry, for a tech entrepreneur, it's always a call to action. And you say, okay, this should be different. How can we solve this? Why is it still based on physical paper, for example? And so we try to solve those problems and then generate a lot of value for our customers.
You know, the investment by SoftBank essentially would allow you to potentially rule out the need to sell shares. Is that still something that's a consideration?
We consider everything that's interesting to the business, but yeah, we don't have a public opinion on it yet.
Are you thinking about an exit strategy at this point?
Not at all.
So what next then?
So what next? I mean, Auto1 is
electric vehicles is something that I wanted to talk to you about because
electric vehicles is a very, very interesting case for us.
Yeah.
When you think about fleet change, it will not happen on one day. So what will happen is there will be markets phasing out of combustion engines, phasing into EVs. And these markets, they need somebody to take care of the whole process, of the paperwork, of the payment, of the logistics, of selling those cars on. And it's not only the private sector. We're also talking to companies who serve the public sector and go and say, hey, I want to exchange a whole fleet of police cars or municipality cars. But how can I offer municipalities and administrations a whole fleet change on one day? And that is where Auto1 again comes into play. And we can say, hey, we can assess the value of the whole fleet and we can together make a tailor-made offer and go to the cities and say, next year you can be zero carbon dioxide.
So you're saying that in your medium-term or longer-term strategic vision, you are including what one assumes would be the popularity and eventually the dominance of electric vehicles?
So we are the market maker, and anywhere where the market moves, we will naturally also move.
What's your biggest challenge then?
Our biggest challenge? Our biggest challenge is the challenge that every successful company has. I think keeping the DNA, hiring...
Not losing momentum?
Not losing momentum, but in terms of we have so great people, we need more of them in every area. We need more engineers, we need new managers, we need more people in operations. Yeah, talent, of course, is a day-to-day challenge for every prospering, growing company, and also for us, yeah.